Module 1, Lesson 5, Negative Exponents and the Laws of Exponents. So we've already talked about if we are dividing and we have like bases that we will subtract these two exponents. And remember, the order we subtract in is top minus bottom. So in this case it would be 2 minus 5. If we take 2 and we subtract 5, that's going to leave us with a negative exponent. So now we need to know how to deal with negative exponents. Oh, another way to think about this is if we have 3 to the second, means we have 2 of them in the top. 3 to the fifth means we have 5 of them in the bottom. We can reduce. We don't have anything in the top, but remember these are canceling to ones, so we put a 1 up there as a placeholder. And we have 3 3's in the denominator. So wait, this was the same problem. We're getting a different answer. But what's really happening is this is the same answer. Because the definition when we have a negative exponent is really we have that same positive exponent in the denominator or on the other side of the fraction bar. Okay, so in this case we're going to have to take this to the denominator and make it a positive exponent. So 3 to the negative third is the same as 1 over 3 to the positive third. Okay, of course we don't have to put the plus sign, but I wanted to stress that there. We're going to look at another pattern and see if this can help us understand it here also. So 2 to the fourth power is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 16. 2 to the third power is 8. 2 to the second power is 4. And we can see a pattern that's happening here. 16, to get from 16 to 8, we will divide by 2. To get from 8 to 4, we will divide by 2. So to get to the next number, we will divide by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Of course, 2 to the first power is the same as 2. 2 to the 0 power, we just learned in the last section, is 1. And of course, this also fits our pattern. 2 divided by 2 is also 1. So the next one, 1 divided by 2, power on the 2 here in the denominator is really a 1, so I'm going to put that there to stress it. 2 to the negative first power is the same as 1 over 2 to the positive first power. Same thing we said at the top there with the 3. So again, divide by 2 one more time. This would give us a fourth, 1 over 4. Well, 4 is the same as 2 to the second power. So 2 to the negative second is the same as 1 over 2 to the positive second. Divide by 2 again gives us 1/8. 8 is really 2 to the third power. So 2 to the negative third is the same as 1 over 2 to the positive third. And we could continue in this fashion. 1/16 is the same as 1 over 2 to the fourth. 16 is the same as 2 to the fourth. So 2 to the negative fourth is the same as 1 over 2 to the positive fourth. So how can I write 5 to the negative seventh? Slide these up. Well, 1 over 5 to the positive seventh. How do I write 9 to the negative sixth? Well, 1 over 9 to the positive sixth. Now in this case I have a 3 in the top and a y to the negative m in the bottom. A lot of people want to move the 3 to the bottom and the y to the top. It's not going to work that way. If we have a negative exponent in the denominator, yes, we want to move that to the top and we want to make that have a positive exponent. So y to the negative m in the bottom, in the denominator of a fraction, needs moved to the top, the numerator, and become a positive exponent. What's the exponent on this 3 right now? A 1. A positive 1. So we don't need to move that to the denominator. We're just going to leave that in the top. So what's in the denominator? I guess you could say nothing, but we could put a 1 down there if we wanted to. So 3y to the m is the most simplified way to write that. So if we have a negative exponent in the numerator, we move it to the denominator. If we have a negative exponent in the denominator, we move it to the numerator. Notice we are only changing the exponent. We are not changing the number itself. So 3 to the negative fifth, it has a negative exponent. I need to move it, so I'll take it to the bottom. 5 to the second has a positive exponent. I don't need to move it. It's going to stay in the top. 4 to the third, I am not moving that. It's in the bottom. It's positive. It needs to stay positive. And then 7 to the negative fourth is in the denominator. I need to move it so it becomes a positive exponent. And that's what I'm getting for that final answer. Now, if any of these were like bases, I may be able to put them together. But 3, 4, 5, and 7 are not like bases, so we can't combine them in any way. So, to conclude, if I have a negative exponent in the top, I need to move it to the bottom and make it a positive exponent. If I have a negative exponent in the bottom, I need to move it to the top and make it a positive exponent. I do want to caution you though, if I have a negative number raised to a negative exponent, that negative number stays a negative number. The only thing that is becoming positive is the exponent part of that. Okay, this negative 3 is not becoming positive. The negative 2 exponent is becoming positive. So be careful if you have a negative.